So let's start this morning in a child's pose. Take your knees wide. Yep. Your arms can be forward, they can be back, they can be clasped loosely around the base of your feet. I mean, when it comes to child's pose, just find something that you know you kind of settle into. Connect to your breath. We'll focus on Ujjayi breathing, but don't get too caught up with that right now. Just a nice, slow, steady inhale, and follow it up with a nice, slow, steady exhale. Sliding the breath through the back of your throat, letting your lower back start to melt to the tops of your feet. Yeah. And if you can, just encourage the chin to come a little bit further away from your chest so the front of the forehead can rest nicely and comfortably on the mat. Activate your hands now so you get a little lift of your forearms. Good. And from here, press up into a tabletop position. So just kind of rock up, and you may need to bring your knees in, maybe feeling like you want to curl your toes under or have the tops of the feet flat. So inhale, sink the spine down and look forward. The hands should be directly underneath the shoulders. Exhale, round the spine deeply and look in. And just movement with breath. Inhale, sinking the spine down and looking forward. Exhale, rounding deeply and looking in. Good. Again, inhale, sinking the spine down and looking forward. And exhale, rounding deeply and looking in. Perfect. Come to a flat back tabletop position and curl your right toes into the mat and straighten the legs straight back. So it's kind of like a half plank. Yeah. So your right toes are curled into the mat. Your left knee is on the ground and you're just pausing here. Just feel the alignment of your pelvis, nice and neutral. Float your right leg up so it's just hip height. So do everything really slow this morning. Feel your right thigh bone kind of turn down so the foot isn't turning out. It's like you're stamping a print on the back wall. Keep the neck neutral. Good. Reach the left arm forward so it's opposite arm and opposite leg, and have your palm facing towards me. Fix your eyes on something that's not moving. So let your right leg float up so it's hip height. And just reach and stretch in opposite directions. You can bend at your right knee crease if that feels good, and you can reach back and get hold of your foot, your ankle, your toe. If you can't get hold of your foot, your ankle, your toe, just stay opposite arm, opposite leg, reaching apart, or create the shape. So it may not work for you this morning. Steer the chest forward. A couple more cycles of breath. That's perfect. Good. Release the arm and release the leg in opposite directions. Keep the right leg lifted. Take the left hand down. Good. Curl the left toes into the mat and come up to a three-legged down dog. So you're going to come up to a three-legged down dog. Your right leg is lifted in space, so it's the same right leg. And from here, you'll just come forward to a plank position. Hug your right knee softly in towards your navel. Look forward with your eyes and land your right foot forward and through. When the right foot comes forward, you may need to inch it forward a little bit. Drop the back knee down so it's on an angle. If the knee feels like it's kind of crushing into the mat, slide it back a little more or pat it. And then reach your arms up towards the sky for supported lunge. Just check in with the alignment, Jody, of that front right leg and make sure the knee tracks over the ankle so it's too big of a step. Bring it closer to you. Yes, make a 90-degree angle. And then just feel your body, feel your hip points moving forward, feel your right heel pressing down. Yeah. If you want, you can interlace your hands over the top of your head. So flip the insteps of the palms and kind of wiggle the sides of your body up. So as your arms go up, the rest of your body needs to lengthen down. So just get a little heavier in the hips as the arms kind of fire up. 2 more breaths. Good. Split the hands apart to the shoulder width distance. Take the hands down to frame your front foot and just step back to a tabletop position. So you're just going to slide right back tabletop position. So reset it here. Extend the left leg straight back. Curl the toes into the mat. So just starting basic. Your shoulders are directly underneath your wrists, etc. Float the left leg up so it's hip height. Do everything in steps. Neck is neutral. Gaze is just on one spot. Reach your right arm forward so it's opposite arm and opposite leg. Have the palm facing towards the mirrored wall. And you're just playing with balance here. This may feel perfect for today. You can just stay with this. If you want to bend your left knee in half, you can pause there. If you want to just keep the bend and reach for the foot, any variation that works. Steer the chest forward, anchor the left palm, feel the outer left tricep grip. Yeah, so you know how your body feels. Do as little or as much to make it worthwhile for you. Take another big breath in. Release the arm and the leg in opposite directions. Draw the pit of the belly in. Release the right hand down. Keep the left leg lifted. Lift the hips up to a three-legged down dog. So just do it slow. The left leg's lifted into space. It's hip height. The hands pressed down. Come forward to a soft plank position, hugging your left knee in and up. Scoop up the belly. Look forward a little, and then see if you can land your left foot forward. Big step or maybe a couple steps to get that foot forward. Drop the back knee down at an angle. You can keep the foot curled or relax the toes. And then sweep up when you're ready to a supported lunge. And just check in with that alignment. The back thigh should be on a little angle, stretching the psoas. Hip points are forward. Left knee tracks over left ankle, just basic stuff here. Interlace the hands. If you can remember which way you took your thumbs, your baby finger, just go opposite. Yeah, I know. Good luck with that. I know. Some things don't get old. And then your side ribs along. So Franca, just relax the chin a little so your neck is neutral. Good. And get a little heavier in the lower half of the body as your arms begin this extension up. Breath is with you. Good. Release the hands to the shoulder width distance. Place the hands down to the floor. Integrate your back leg and then see if you can spring to the top of the mat in one piece. It may take you 2 steps to do it, so don't beat yourself up. Long spine on the inhale. Hands can rest on your shins. Keep the weight forward. Exhale, fold into yourself. Let your head go. Bend your knees a lot if your hamstrings feel tight. Long spine on the inhale breath. Exhale, fold. Good. Root to rise. Come up slow. Sometimes you get a little head rush. Rise. Drag your hands to prayer at heart. You do when you go in like a sauna that's 190 degrees. You get this crazy head rush. Yeah, I highly recommend it. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Let your head go. Move nice and easy. Long spine to prepare. Step, step to plank. Your first real plank. So step, step, plank position. When you arrive in plank position, lengthen your tailbone, bring your weight a little bit more forward, stack your body up neatly and nicely. And if you get here and you're like, all right, I need to modify, drop your knees. Hold. Draw the pit of the belly in and up and focus like outward a little. Yeah. Stay with it. Hips go up and back, down dog. You found your sweet spot. Roll forward plank. Let's check in. Drop your knees if you need support. Lower halfway to a push-up. Halfway is at most. Some of us just make micro movements. Revisit plank. Good job. Hips go up and back, down dog. You missed me. Try it again. Roll forward plank. One motion. Halfway to a push-up that works for you. Less is more for a lot of us. Re-straighten your arms, plank position. Good work. Hips go up and back, downward facing. Come forward to plank. Hug your right knee towards your navel. Let's get the core going a little. Point your right toes to activate and squeeze in. Step the right foot forward and through. Nice big step. Come to your fingertips. Step the left foot forward to meet the right top of mat. Feet could be hips width. Long spine on the inhale. Weight is forward. Exhale, fold into yourself. Let your head go. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up. Just nice, easy movements. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Let your head go. Long spine to prepare. Right foot takes a generous step back. Nice big step. Left foot joins plank. Throw in a push-up that works for you, or omit it if you're dealing with an injury. Up dog or cobra, whatever feels best in your low back this morning. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Come forward to plank. Hug your left knee in and up. Scoop up the belly. Step the left foot forward and through into a low lunge. Right foot to the top at the mat in one piece. Long spine on your inhale breath. Exhale, fold into yourself. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Just like that, arms go straight up. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Long spine to prepare. Left foot takes a big step back. Right foot joins plank. So just make it really clean, concise movements. Lower halfway to a push-up. Pull yourself through a back bend of choice, up dog or cobra. Nice even movement. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Breathe your hips up really high in this down dog. Plug down through your thumb, your index finger, your baby finger, and feel those outer triceps really hug in to hold you up. Now look where you want to go. You can step, you can walk, you can float. Get light to the top of the mat. Long spine on the inhale breath. Keep your weight forward. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Let your head go. Set it up on a long spine. You can just step. If you're feeling bouncy, you shoot back to a chaturanga. Up dog is smooth. Nice, Pam. Hips go up and back, down dog. So no jerky movements. You just kind of want to move really precise through this. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top of the mat. Good. Long spine on the inhale. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Again, arms go straight up. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Let your head go. Long spine on your inhale. Step or float through your version of a vinyasa. So you can just step, plank, lower halfway. Back bend of choice. Good. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Each one starting to get a little bit freer, get a little bit more open. Let's do one more. Look where you want to go. Step or float, tap a mat, get there light. Long spine, keep your weight forward. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up. Dive in half over bent knees. Let your head go. Long spine to set it up. Step or float through a vinyasa. Upward facing is smooth. Good. Hips go up and back, downward facing. Breathe your right leg up and back, three-legged down dog. Just try and lift from your inner thigh. Feel your outer hips hug in. Feel your outsides of your triceps. Stay firm. Point your right toes while the leg is lifted in the sky. Come forward and hug your right knee in and up. Scoop up the belly. Hold here. Keep squeezing the right knee in. Look forward with your eyes. Land your right foot forward and through. Walk the right foot a tad to the right. Activate your back leg. Sweep your arms back and hover over your front thigh. Yeah, have the palms facing down so the shoulder blades kind of slide down the back. Steer the right hip kind of under you and back and activate your back leg. Rise slowly, high lunge, crescent lunge. If you come up and you need to soften your back left knee, go ahead and do so. You want to keep a 90-degree angle with your front right thigh. Yeah. How does that feel? I won't be doing this. Oh, you did? When are you going? Ooh, I should come the day before I get my knee fixed. They'll roll me in and I'll be like, I had the best night. Stay with it, guys. So anywhere you want your arms, you're going to float forward to a warrior three. So you're going to tip forward. Your arms can be forward. They can come to prayer. They can rest on blocks. But you're going to work really on grounding that right leg, maybe softening the right knee a little. Jode, soften that right knee a little. There you go. Eyes of the shoulders lift a little higher. Yeah. Slide back, warrior one. So you're just going to take a giant step back, turn your back foot at about a 70-degree angle and land in warrior one, Vera one. First warrior. Spin the left ribs forward a little. Grip your right hip under you. And if your lower back feels sensitive this morning, you could pitch forward slightly with your upper body to get out of your low back. Nice job. Frame the front foot with both hands and step to a plank. When you hit plank position, lean on your left hand for a version of side plank that you know you can hold on to for a few good breaths. Modified version, bottom knee can drop, staggering the feet, stacking the feet. Top arm straight up, it can come up and over. Anything that goes here. You could try something and back out. Look sideways, look up. And feel your bottom hip through your top hip really lift. Stay with it. Slow transition to plank, plank. Yep. Add in a push-up because you're all strong. Up dog or cobra. Enjoy it. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Wasn't so bad. Breathe the left leg up and back, three-legged down dog. Lift from your inner thigh. Do it slow. Feel the evenness of your body. Point your left toes. Activate that whole leg, including the hamstring and the calf. Come forward. Hug your left knee in and up. Scoop up the belly. Your arms are straight up and down. Keep squeezing that leg in. Just change the glance of your eyes. Just look forward a little. Land the left foot softly forward and through. Find the appropriate spot for that foot. Grip your left hip in, activate your back leg, and then sweep your arms back and just hover over that front thigh. This is a good way to just kind of check in. Right, am I depending on my legs? Am I imbalanced? Palms face down. There's a hugging of the shoulders down the back. Gripping that left hip in, and then rise on your breath to your version of crescent lunge. The back knee can soften a little bit. Yeah, the hip points then can drag themselves forward, side ribs nice and long. And just look forward. Steady, calm breaths. No thinking, just feeling your way through and letting the process happen. Anywhere you want your arms, you're going to just pivot forward and find a warrior three that suits your practice. Maybe using blocks, hands can come to prayer. The arms forward is going to be the most challenging. Soften the left knee and keep your whole body squared off towards the front of the mat. Stay with it. Transition back slow, warrior one. Take a nice big step. Sometimes it doesn't work out. It's okay. Steer the right ribs forward. Grip your left hip in. And think about your back foot. Press heavy into it. Yeah. Another big breath. Stay with it. Plank position. When you hit plank, lean on your right hand for a version of Vashisthasana. Maybe this side you need to modify. Maybe you can take on the whole version. You got it. Your alignment and breath are first and foremost. So everything else after that is kind of applesauce. Right. Top arm can reach up and forward. If you want a little more, just stay. Nice job. Looks good. Two more. You got this. Slow. Transition to plank and pause. When you're in plank, pause. In plank position, slowly drop down to your forearms. Yep. Yep. Interlace the hands or have them split apart. Either way, I like it split apart because it makes you work a little more. You can even fist those hands. Yeah. Bring more weight forward. More weight forward. Lengthen your tailbone. Good. Hold here. Broadening across the upper shoulder blades. Gripping in of your abdominal wall, your side ribs. Stay 5 more breaths. If the hands are interlaced, split them apart. One palm at a time. Do it slow. Plank. Slow. Chaturanga push-up. Oh boy. Upward facing. Hips go up and back. Downward facing dog. Look where you want to go. Step or float. Top of mat. Get there light. Long spine weight is forward. Fold into yourself. Sit into chair pose. Weight goes into your heels. Your feet could be separated a little. That feels better for low back. Yeah. There's a natural curve in your low back, so don't force your spine to be straight here. Yeah. Feel the weight in your heels. Everybody shoot up to stand up, drag it to prayer, drop your arms. So from the top, it's like a little dance routine. Yeah. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Heavy in your heels for chair. So even if you're not a dancer, this is your time to shine. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare yourself. Step or float through your version of a vinyasa. So if you just got back and you've been traveling, maybe you take out some stuff. Maybe you're jazzed up, you added more. Right foot forward on your beat, warrior one. Hands come back down on your breath. Chaturanga push-up, or a minute if you're not into it. Slide through the back bend. Hips go up and back, down dog. We all move a little different. Left foot forward, back foot turns, rise on your breath. Warrior one. Hands back down. If you're a little slower, don't worry about it. Chaturanga. Upward facing is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. There's always an opportunity right here to regroup, catch up, catch your breath, clear your mind. Keep your arms super straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat, land light. Long spine weight is forward. Exhale, fold. Heavy in your heels, chair. Let's sit deep and make it count. Shoot up to stand up, drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Sit heavy, chair. Stick your butt way back. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Long spine to prepare yourself. Step or float through a vinyasa. Take your time. You got it. Up dog. Hips go up and back, down dog. Right foot forward, back foot turns, rise, warrior one. You look good. Chaturanga. Take it down. When you're ready, the left foot lands. The back foot turns, rise, warrior one. Hands back down, chaturanga. Make a smooth transition for your back bend. Meet me in a downward facing dog. Hold here. Take a deep breath in. Take a full breath out. One more for good luck. Arms stay straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat, land light. Long spine, keep your weight forward. Exhale, fold. Heavy in your heels, chair. Stick your butt way back. Shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Your final one will be your best one. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Sit deep, chair. Good. Fold over bent legs, let your head go. Long spine sets you up, step or float through your version. The truth is, as long as you're breathing and moving, you are getting the job done. Yep. Right foot forward, back foot turns, rise, warrior one. Allison, check in with that back foot when you come. Yes, turn it a little more forward, and I think your hips will feel less junky. Chaturanga, take it down. You got it. Upward facing smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. The left foot lands. Keep it going. To the floor we go. Chaturanga push up. Nice work. Upward facing. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Take a full breath out. Yeah. Breathe your right leg up and back, three-legged down dog. Come forward to plank and take your right knee just to the back of your right tricep. So it's a very small movement. Don't think about like jutting your right hip out. You want your hips squared and you're just dragging it to the back of the right knee, back of the right tricep. That's it. And then re-extend the right leg up and back to a three-legged down dog. Flex the foot strong. Come forward, hug your right knee straight into the center, straight into the center. Look forward and step your right foot smack forward. Don't come up. Turn your back foot on a strong angle. Set up your feet and your legs for warrior two, but grab a block and place it to the instep of your right foot. If you know you need 2 blocks, take 2 blocks and stack them up and place your right hand down on the block. Back right arm to the instep of the right leg and left arm peeled open. So we're going into a B variation of extended side angle. So take your block, Alan, to the instep of the right leg. Yeah, and take a bigger, juicier step if you can. Yeah. If it's too much, no, you can always rest your right arm on the top of your right thigh as an alternative. You're trying to create a strong 90-degree angle with your front leg, and your back leg's definitely on an angle. If you feel that you have openness in your shoulder and your chest, you're welcome to take your left hand behind your back. It is totally optional. If this feels good for you, you just stay. Keep swinging your right hip under you and turning your right rib. So you're like kind of leaning back into the inner part of your right thigh. Yeah. So you're getting a back bend and a hip opener. Nice, Pam. Stay with it. Lighten your breath a little, lighten your thoughts, and just kind of let your body ease into the pose. Get over the idea of going so deep, so far. Just be present with where you are. Stay with it. If you took a bind, release your left arm up towards the sky. Let the strength and the length of the left side of your body pull you up to warrior two. When you arrive in warrior two, you may need to adjust your stance a tiny bit. Lengthen your tailbone, lots of power across the torso and the chest, nice even openness of your arms, your upper body, soften your shoulders down your back, and settle in here, maybe even closing your eyes. Let yourself feel. Try not to lean forward, find some symmetry in your body, your breath. Lengthen and sit deeper. It's just a feeling. Zoe, turn your back toes towards the front of the room. It looks like your mat's making you slip today. Stay with it. A few more breaths. Three more. Flip the palm, reverse the warrior. Let your side body get an opening. Circle it to the floor. Take a vinyasa. Yep, just keep it moving. The up dog should be really smooth. Yeah. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. When you hit the dog here, breathe your left leg up and back to a three-legged down dog. Lift from your inner thigh. Point the toes. Come forward and drag your left knee just softly to the back of your left triceps. Try and keep your hips aligned, not opening up too much. Yeah. Arms are straight up and down. Lift it a little higher. Good. Extend the left leg up and back. So re-extend, flex the foot, and then repoint the toe, come forward, hug your knee straight in, straight in, straight in, straight in. Yeah. Look forward and land your left foot smack in between your two hands. Turn your back foot on a strong angle. Find your blocks. Place them to the instep of the foot. Maybe one, maybe two, maybe high, maybe medium. The back of the arm kind of caddies in there, and then the right arm peels open. Yeah, this pose creates a really great opening for the chest, but a great hip opener. So start basic. Grip your bottom left hip in and turn those ribs. So your bottom ribs turn up towards the sky. Looks great. If you feel you want to add anything more, half bind, hand can slide to your hip. You could just stay with the arms stacked like this. Totally fine. Lean back into it a little bit. Soften that bottom shoulder. It has a tendency when it's tight to roll in a little. So let it slide down the back. Less thinking. Don't go to the dark side. Just breathe through it. Just think about exactly what you're doing, nothing more. Turn the collarbone, turn the chest, grip the bottom hip, stay with it. If you took a little bind, just re-extend the arm first. Don't get so excited. And then let the top arm and the back leg pull you up, warrior two. And you may need to lengthen. Then you need to track and sit really deep. Never gets old. Broaden across the collarbone. So let it be a great feeling. Like your mind tells you otherwise, but let it be a great feeling. Empower yourself by holding the pose. The strength of your body, your mind, and your breath coming together. Close your eyes and just kind of settle into it. It's just a few breaths. Wrap that inner thigh open. Yeah, think inner part of your left knee to the outside of that baby toe. Relax the jaw, relax the face. 3 more breaths. You got this. Flip the palm, reverse the warrior. Side body opens first. Circle it to the floor. You're like, I'm so out of this. You're like, Pete's out. Chaturanga. Up dog. Pull it through. Hips go up and back. Downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, step your right foot smack in between your hands. Stay close to the floor, please. Turn your back foot on a strong angle. We're going to slide into a triangle right from here. So grab anywhere across the front of the right shin, or if you prefer using a block, place it to the outside of your right calf at any height that supports the pose. If getting into it this way doesn't feel good for your back, just come up and reset. Yes. So some of us like a little tighter, kind of neater triangle. Some of us like a little longer, more dynamic. Good idea. Slide it under the base of your foot. Perfect. There's a feeling in triangle that you're leaning back slightly. If you have your hand on your shin, feel like you're pulling the skin of the pant leggings up your shin. Neck is neutral. Look sideways, look up. 2 more. We'll move on in a sec. So keep the shape. Just look down and see if you can step up from here into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. If having your left arm staying up kind of throws you out, your hand can come to your hip. Move the block forward enough that your side body stays very long. Yeah. Yes. And then I would focus on softening behind the right knee a little bit. Any variation. If you like to add Shavasana, which is a bind, bend your top leg and grab your foot, your ankle. If this isn't for you, just keep it clean and basic and just work on your breath and your balance. If you fall, no biggie. Try again. You got it, Pam. Nice and slow. Stay with it. You're much better off with slow, precise movements than fast, jerky movements. Trust me. If you added a bind, release the bind first, okay? Let's look to the floor together. The left hand comes down to help you square off, the hips square. Step the feet together at the top of the mat. Long spine on your inhale. Exhale, fold into yourself. You got this. Chair pose. Sit deep. You could separate your feet a little. That may give you a little ease. Hands to prayer. This is where we pray for ourselves. Inhale the breath, right? Hook the elbow and let's twist to the right. Yes. Pay attention to your alignment, guys. It's the left knee that likes to slide past the right. Yeah. You can air twist if it's not working out for you. The spine is long. Weight stays back in your heels. Heavy in your legs, chair, pull around. Chair pose. Good job, guys. Keep bending into your legs. And if you can, plant the hands down and do an Ashtanga jump back. Right from here, Chaturanga, or just step back and move through. Good. The up dog is smooth. The hips go back, downward facing dog. From your down dog, glide your left foot smack in between your hands. And from the ground up, we're going to work into triangle. So take your time setting it up, grab the appropriate blocks if you need it, or come up and reset. So sometimes you just need to reset. Alan, check in with your front left foot and your back right foot. Make sure they're kind of matching up in the same line of energy, and that's going to help you find your alignment. Great. Perfect adjustment. Yes, just match up, roughly. Doesn't have to be perfect. There's classes that we teach where we teach it so it's off, and that's kind of a fun way to practice, but not today. So you want to find the posture, kind of lock it in, and then breathe through it. Because from start to middle to finish of the pose, the shape changes, the breath changes, the thought pattern changes. It's pretty neat. How can you soften in the pose and have a better experience? It's possible. So really focus on the strength of that side body, staying long. And from here, you look down and just move that weight and transfer to the next pose, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. You can slide that block forward. Yeah. I like it on the high setting. It's sometimes fun to have the whole palm pressing down. Sometimes it's neat to have the knuckles or the fingertips, different ways to kind of use it. Stack it open here. If you want to add in that bind, if you did it on the other side, just try and be consistent. The whole left side of the body is kind of turning open. So you're getting a little bit of a back bend if you're taking that bind. Good. The left hip grip strong. The left leg is a lot of strength and a lot of power. Regular half moon, do it slow. Look to the floor, right hand down, square off the hips, step the feet together at the top. First, take a long spine on the inhale breath. Exhale, release, and fold into yourself. Then, with that composure, sit into chair. Chair pose. Weights in your heels. Yeah, drag your hands to prayer. Inhale that breath. You're going to hook and twist to the left now. Nice. This time it's the right knee, so you want to watch that right knee. Yeah, spine is long. Chair, pull around, heavy in your legs, heavy in your legs. See if you could sit like 2 or 3 inches lower, like really create that strong box with your legs. And then let's shoot up to stand up, drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Have your blocks nearby at the top of your mat. Stand on your right leg and take your left leg and make a figure 4. So we're going to take ankle to knee and we're going to segue into some other stuff, okay? So start by crossing your left foot over the top of your right thigh. Good. Then bring your arms up towards the sky. Then from here, start to sit back into chair. Now, as you start to sit into chair, your foot, because of sweat or tightness, may start to slide off. So you may need to use your hand to encourage that foot to stay in place, but sit really slow. The slower you sit, the more you're going to feel. And then as you sit, start to tip your torso forward. So reach way out. Yeah, then when you can't reach anymore, take the hands directly down to the ground, to the blocks, and wrap the outside of that left foot around the outside, the back of the left foot around the outside of the right tricep. Yep. Keep steering those hips back. You got it. The foot might not even come close to your arm, so don't worry about it. It doesn't. So Allison, it looks great. Look forward with your eyes. Come up to your fingertips and see if you can create a little up dog with your chest. It may not be an actual up dog, but just the sensation that you're not collapsing your whole body. Keep steering your hips back and breathe. Breathe heavy into that leg. Come to your fingertips. Move slow. Hands to your hips. Come up standing. Lower the left foot down. Just stand. Good. Stand on your left leg. Cross your right ankle over the top of that left thigh. If you did the wrong leg, now's the opportunity to do the other side. So There's always a chance to win it back. Arms come up first. Then start to sit really slow. I really encourage you to really sit slow, like a slow ride down. You would really feel where your body needs to move. Right. As you start to lower, your arms can reach way out. Your spine stays very long and open. And then you slowly start to bring your hands down. Good. Onto blocks, onto the floor, flying pigeon. Yes, great. Keep flexing that foot. If you can get it around the outside of that left tricep, that's great, because that's the halfway mark to going into that balance, that flying version. Breathe. Start to move your weight back into your standing heel. Come up really slow. Don't let the foot touch. Hands to hips. Step down at the top of the mat. Stand for a second. Feel what we've done so far. Moving right along. Good. Standing on your right leg, I want you to wrap your left leg around your right leg and then wrap your left arm under for eagle. You may need to take a little bit of a baby chair to do it. Yeah. Just kind of bend your right leg a little and slide into eagle on your right leg. Mm-hmm. Stand on your right, wrap your left leg around. Yeah, we got it. Perfect. It feels easy after doing that, because that other pose can be a little traumatic at times. Yeah, weights in that heel, knees a little to the left, upper body a tad to the right. Make that straight line of energy. Sit a little deeper, guys. Squeeze the legs. Just unravel your arms for me. So your arms are like chair, your legs are still wrapped up if you can. Take a giant step back, warrior one, Allison. You'll just need to kind of reset yourself. It's fine. Warrior one on the right side, though. Have your right leg forward. Switch legs for me, hon. Yeah, there you go. Now you're in business. Warrior one, right side. Good. Keep your arms moving up. Straighten your right leg on track. Step your back foot in an inch or two. Good. We're going to go into twisting triangle here. So your right hand comes to your hip. Your left arm stays up. Lots of good juicy length through that side body. Come halfway down and then come the rest of the way down. So Pam, just switch the hand. So it's your left hand's going to be on that block to the instep of the foot. Perfect. Your right hand to the flat part of your back. That's going to give you the info, like what the heck's going on with my body, which I seem to be asking myself every day. When you go to a lot of doctor's appointments, they keep repeating your age. I was like, I heard you. They're like, you made it this far. I was like, I heard you. Thank you. It's scary. Steer your hips back. Yes. Stack it open and breathe. 3 more breaths. Make it count. Anchor that back foot and twist beyond the rib cage. Yes, that's kind of the area where we're getting movement. Exhale the breath, fold over your right leg, let it go. You could slide blocks under both hands if the floor feels a little far this morning. Let your head go, bend your front leg as much as you need, steer your right hip up and back, and just melt. Come to the fingertips, long spine, step to the top of the mat. Long spine on the inhale, exhale, fold. Let's do it like this. Take a very baby chair pose, just a tiny bend of your legs, come into a baby chair. Wrap your right thigh around your left thigh. It's much easier to get in like this, and then wrap your right arm under. So we're taking eagle standing on our left leg. The weight should be in your heel. Yeah. And rather than yanking down on your arms, see if you can lift your arms up a little, and that's going to give you more of a stretch to the upper shoulder blades. Two more. Keep the legs really, really tight. Just unravel your arm. Just do that much. And then see if you can unravel your right leg and step warrior one. Big step back, warrior one. Doesn't have to be perfect, warrior one. Hold for a breath or two. Find the warrior one. Then straighten your left leg on track. Keep your arms really energized. Maybe needing to step your back foot in an inch or two. Left hand comes to hip. Right arm stays up with a lot of power. You're going to reach way out, come halfway down, and then definitely use your block. Place it to the instep of the foot, high up. Yeah. And then left hand to the flat part of your back, and you're going to slide right into this twisting triangle. Nice. Rip the outer hips in, activate your legs, lengthen your spine, and let's twist open. If you look sideways or you look up, you're definitely going to have a better direction with your body. Right. You want to try to avoid looking back. Stay with it. 2 more. You got it. You can do anything for 2 more breaths. Exhale the breath, fold. Fold over that front leg. Just let it go. Let your head go. So let's do this, guys. You're going to stay close to the ground. I just want you to place your hands to frame that front foot. You're going to pivot your body into a wide straddle facing towards me. So you're going to go into a separate leg stretching. Just kind of stay low and creep and widen your stance a little bit and fold down the center. If you need blocks, you could rest your forearms on blocks. I like that, Mitch. You can place them up high and then drape yourself down. If you have an inversion in your practice, this is a great time to do it. But just so you know, this is an inversion too. So you don't feel like you need to go upside down completely. Definitely bend behind your knees and bring your torso closer to the front of your thighs. Nice, Jess. Little bit more weight forward. You got it. If you went up, start to split your legs apart. With control, you come down to meet all of us. Take your time. Come to the fingertips, long spine, guys. You're going to stay close to the floor. You're going to pivot to the back of the mat. So your right foot is facing the back a bit mat, and your left heel is lifted. You're in a low lunge facing the back of the mat. Yeah. If you know you need a modified version of crescent, drop your knee now. It's going to give you a little more support. Rise on your breath, high lunge, crescent lunge. Just change a direction, which is always good for the brain. Yeah, if you get here, you're like, I don't feel like I could support this, drop your knee. Drag your hands to prayer. Lean way out, hook the elbow, and let's twist. And if you get here again and you're like, I need to modify, please listen to what your body needs. Activate your back leg. Your back leg is set up like a plank. Point your right elbow towards the sky. The feeling that you're leaning back a little bit, get the crown of the head to line up with that back heel. Open up your arms if you want more, or be content. Stay with it. Grip the right hip in, twist a little deeper. Exhale the breath, place both hands to the ground. Stay low, pivot. Stay low, don't come up. Pivot, straighten the right leg, move the blocks with you. Pivot around to the front and pivot your left foot forward, your right heel lifted up off the ground. So you're in this low lunge. Rise on your breath, crescent lunge. Once you come up, modify if need be. Get high on the ball of your back foot. You got it. Drag your hands to prayer. Inhale that breath. Lean way out first, then hook and twist. That's going to give you that extension. Nice. So from right side to left side, sometimes it doesn't feel the same. So if you need to modify, listen to your body. Lean back a little bit. Open up your arms if you want a little more. Point your elbow, Pam, to the sky. There you go. You can even fist. I can't see what you're doing with your hands, but you can fist that hand, and that's going to give you a little more power. 3 more breaths. You're rocking it, guys. Stay with it. Activate that back leg. Squeeze the muscles around the glute, the quadricep, the hamstring. Make it count. Hands to frame your front foot. Plank position. Once you hit this plank, halfway to your push-up, pause in the push-up. Slide into a slow-mo up dog. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Slide your right knee forward for half pigeon. and fold. Yeah, so sometimes a little block or a little pillow or a little blankie underneath that right hip glute is a nice thing. Go in a little deeper. Yeah. Switch left side. Yep. Yeah, so sometimes down dog feels good, sometimes tabletop. Just slide the left knee forward and let your left leg arrive into that half pigeon. And utilize the blocks, the towels to make it more comfortable. A little longer. Take advantage. Good. Use the strength of your body. Start to come up. Lean onto the left side and swing your right leg forward. Move the blocks with you if you know you're going to need them. You're going to lay on your back and create 2 railroad tracks with your knees bent, like you're going to bridge, but we're not going at. We'll be there in just a split second. So lay down, bend your legs in half, feet go flat on the floor. Yeah. Reach your arms forward. You're going to pull your shoulders and your torso up. Yes, like a little Pilates roll up. You're going to keep the legs like this for breath. And then you're going to lift your legs on an angle. You know, these are broken down Navasana. So your legs lift on an angle, but they can be a little bent like Jess is doing and Amy's doing here. It's totally fine. Just the shoulders lift and the lower back stays down. Hands can also go behind the head. Have a good one. Bye. Anytime. Take your feet back down to the ground to that little mountain pose. Feet go flat and then lift higher. So you're crunching up using your core. Bring your feet down and crunch up. And then exhale the breath, let it go. So just keep your lower back down the entire time. Here we go. The arms go forward. You're going to pull yourself up like a little Pilates roll up using your core muscles. Lift your legs on an angle that works for you. Rebend the legs so the feet go flat down to the floor again, and then you lift higher. Exhale the breath, we go back down. Good. Pull yourself up, so you crunch up, use your core muscles. Lift your legs on an angle that works for you. Keep the lift, lower the legs down, the feet go flat to the floor, and then you lift higher. Exhale, the breath goes lower down. Again, pull yourself up. Pull up using deep core muscles. Last one. Lift your legs on an angle that works. Lower the legs down, feet go flat, lift higher. Good work. Exhale the breath, let it go. Bridge pose using blocks if that feels good for you. Yeah. Blocks underneath your lower back, blocks under your feet, blocks under your shoulder blades. Yes. Interlace your hands. So Alan, lay down first and then put the blocks underneath you. It's much easier. There you go. Lift up from the tailbone to the backs of the knees. Nice. You can wrap your hands around that block, Zoe. It's going to feel good. Yeah. Wrap your inner and outer thighs like kind of down and under. And from the tailbone to the back of the knees, lift higher. Exhale the breath lower down. If you're on a block, you're welcome to just stay. One more. Full wheel, if you've got it in you, just repeat exactly what you did if this suits you for now. You're going to flip your palms, bring your chin to your chest, lift yourself up. If you're happy where you are, go for it now. Nice, Franca. Good. Steer your feet forward. Nice job. Lift a little higher. Exhale the breath, start to lower. Once you come down, remove any objects out of the way. Hug your knees in tightly towards your chest. Give them a nice squeeze. Pull your knees, your feet are down around your rib cage for happy baby. You can start by pulling the front of your shin knees area. Can't reach. Happy baby. Yeah. Can rock a little right and left. That's more dead bug. Good. Hug your knees in towards your chest and just take a little supine twist. You can keep your knees together. You can do it independently. You can wrap your legs, but let's go right leg over towards the left. Or just pick a direction. Doesn't matter. Just a little supine twist. Single leg, double leg, eagle legs. Yeah. And then just roll through center and lift your hips up enough that they can kind of scooch out of the way. And then you drop your knees the other direction. Yeah. You can use your hand to encourage that thigh to come closer to the ground if that feels good. It's funny, I like the single leg still too. Come up to center. Any final movements that kind of feel good to you, and then slide yourself into Shavasana. Complete rest. If you have blocks, you can place them underneath different body parts to support you and cover your eyes. Complete rest right now. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. Take a big breath in. Take a full deep breath out. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Bring your arms up over the top of the head for a full body stretch. Hug your knees in towards your chest. And just roll to your right side. And if you feel like pressing up, you can just press up facing me so you'll face the side. That's where I am. I'm sitting on this ledge. Sit up nice and tall and just feel the effects of this awesome practice this morning. Let your shoulders draw down your back. So sometimes getting here is the hardest part. Sometimes being here is even harder, right? So thank yourself for any efforts that you put in this morning. Hands to prayer, bow your head. Have some closure, have some gratitude. Lift your head, open your eyes. Namaste. Have a great afternoon. Hydrate yourself. I think it's going to be another New Jersey scorcher. Yes. So lots of water. I think we have, Mitch, you've hit 50 classes. Yeah. Time flies when you're having fun. I will be back teaching on August 1st, just for one class. And then I'm